name is Lanita Williamson. Welcome to my story as a professional nurse as I reflect upon my journey. My journey, like many nurses, began with a story in childhood, and that is where I would like to start. One day, I was sitting in a hospital waiting on my father, and a nurse came up to me and asked if I was hungry. She offered me peanut butter crackers and chocolate milk. I remember how special I felt and how kind this nurse was to take care of me. As people began asking me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I only knew that I wanted to help people. This trait of helping others had been on my father's side of the family for several generations, so my journey actually began before my birth. I believe this insight is one of the most important components to understanding how professional nurses are developed and how that relates to the lives of our patients. Upon entry to the nursing program, I began to learn the very basics of anatomy and physiology. I was taught nursing considerations in different specialties and began to learn the basic treatments of inserting IVs, administering oxygen, placing Foley catheters, or NG tubes. At that time, I was learning new skills, and that seemed foreign and intimidating as I began to understand the importance of sterile technique and procedure. One of the more interesting but challenging parts of my ADN journey was to understand labs, to read reports or images, and to understand what that result meant to each individual patient with different comorbidities. I remember one nursing instructor stating that at the end of the day, we should know more about the patient than the physician, and to this day, I believe that should be true. My first job as a nurse was on a fast-paced cardiac step-down unit. We were short-staffed and I could easily have 10 to 12 cardiac patients on my assignment. This unit taught me speed, the ability to triage, and how to persevere when I didn't believe I could keep going. Over the years, I worked in various settings from neurosurgery, orthopedics, PACU, and OR. But then I landed in inpatient rehabilitation, and this unit changed my entire perspective of nursing. The first year, I disliked it and felt I wasn't living up to my potential as a nurse. I was so disappointed and didn't feel the glamour that at that time I believed defined a nurse. The work focus had shifted from technology, multiple drips, procedures, and acute interventions to post-surgery and post-injury care. The patient may have a trach, wound vac, peg tube, colostomy, Foley, heparin drip, and antibiotics, but something had changed. There was a shift. The look at me part of being a nurse was no longer visible. In certain areas of nursing, there is a type of pride or prestige if you state you work on a certain unit. There can be a feeling of elevated competency if you are a nurse working with highly regarded specialties or have a certain degree level and position within an organization. All of a sudden, I was derailed from that journey and placed in an atmosphere that was sort of the unicorn of healthcare. There are many perceptions of what acute inpatient rehabilitation is, but most are far from the truth. The one thing that is true is that your identity as a nurse shifts. I was no longer the nurse that could say with pride that I worked certain units, that the healthcare system or public viewed with awe. Today, when I say I work in inpatient rehabilitation, I've gotten used to the less than excited response. The response typically is just a nod of the head. In inpatient rehabilitation, the focus becomes solely the patient and the family and the community discharge plan. The shift is not just about the capability of being able to complete procedures or to understand treatment or pathophysiology. The shift becomes the humanistic component of the person. A rehab nurse is responsible for medications and treatment, but those details are just that, details. As a rehab nurse, I began to provide to the patient what the nurse had provided to me as a child when she gave me my snack. I began to provide individual acknowledgement and compassion to the patient. That patient in that moment became my only patient as I took the journey of trauma or illness with them. I sat with patients as their entire body image changed. It could have been from head to toe burns, loss of limbs, ability to walk, talk, eat, avoid, or have a bowel movement. I began to see the fragility of the human versus the focus on treatments. Inpatient rehabilitation patients are diverse. This unit is filled by the worst of the worst patients from every specialty within the hospital. Patients are admitted when they are dying of cancer. or when something horrific has gone wrong in labor and delivery. The culture and ethnicity of rehab patients is also very diverse, and interactions of cultural beliefs move well beyond whether or not they choose to receive blood. The additional dynamics of rehab is the intergenerational transmissions of behaviors, beliefs, and actions. We are not just treating or teaching the patient. We are integrating post-discharge caregivers into the intense educational blocks of the plan of care. Once I understood that the reactions, behaviors, and health of patients were the symptoms of what has occurred within their life and the generation before them, I began to seek scientific evidence to support my beliefs. This is when I found the initial research study on adverse childhood experiences. Since the 1990s, research studies in multiple states and countries have supported the original findings of the ACE study. The ACE study shows a gradient relationship of adversities in childhood to brain development and longitudinal effects of health in adulthood. This study taught me to expand my focus while working with the individual patient and family within their community. I now can see glimpses of the patient throughout the patient's life, and even the impacts of the family and genetics prior to the birth of the patient. As I moved forward in my profession, I began to interact with all specialties, ethnic groups, religions, and different cultural practices. I learned more about myself by being open and curious of others different from me. I began to realize the importance of understanding global impacts within healthcare. I took a trip to India to dive into a completely different world of approaches. I saw and witnessed wonderful beliefs of mind and body through yoga practices, and realized the importance of thinking beyond reactive medicine to illness or injuries. I began to understand more about preventative medicine when acute care isn't readily available or affordable. When I returned from India, I met a physician from Pakistan of Muslim faith, which is different than my spirituality. Over a period of 2 years, we began to learn about each other's beliefs and concepts. It was a different journey, but it was mostly filled with intrigue and laughter, but also I felt anger at some of the differences. Yet this anger just made me understand more about the characteristics of a professional nurse. In the middle of learning about adversities in children, going to India, and forming a bond with this male from Pakistan of Muslim faith, I was also working in office as a nurse compliance coordinator. Part of my job responsibilities are to understand the governmental guidelines in the setting of inpatient rehabilitation, to understand operational processes, benchmarks, efficiency, and financial reimbursement based upon diagnostic impairments, etiologies, comorbidities, and the function of the patient. As focused as I am with the journey of an individual patient, I also had to understand what that meant in a care delivery setting in America, which is much different than other parts of the world. I am now returning to school to obtain my baccalaureate degree. This degree is a representation of a desire to demonstrate professionalism by attaining a higher level of knowledge. The knowledge obtained will complement my story as a nurse by building upon my ADN foundation of basic treatments and procedures. It will also encourage my continued expansion and development in the community and global health. This journey I've shared shows me the components of a nurse. It actually begins before birth. It is prompted by a moment in time, requires skills of treatment, a knowledge base about the body, utilizes scientific evidence to support programs and practices, self-insight to one's own beliefs and challenges, the ability to step outside of the world you live in to learn from other people and other approaches, understanding the dynamics of healthcare in the current system, but to most of all, to obtain a view of the patient with a different lens and walk the journey with the patient as they struggle to live in their culture, their community, to overcome psychological and physical barriers, or prepare to die while leaving family behind. The baccalaureate nurse synthesizes all of these components, which in turn sets a standard of practice in which the public can feel confident that the nurse is utilizing scientific evidence to support treatments and practices while providing integrative, holistic, diverse, trustworthy, and compassionate care. The baccalaureate nurse, much like this string before me, takes each drop of information to create a flowing body of knowledge. The community sits at the base of waterfalls to receive the essential nutrients needed for the sustainability of health.